Welcome back to my channel. To counter the US blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, Iran has, quote, activated a rail link throughout Central Asia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. This allows Iran to export oil to China via land, reducing transit time from, quote, 40 days by sea to approximately 15 days. Iran has begun utilizing abandoned storage facilities to manage surplus of oil production, aiming to sustain its economy despite Western pressure. UN discussions shows the frustration that these Western countries have over Iran's decision to fight against this illegal war. Of course, that's how they react. UN discussion shows Western nations led by the US and UK condemned Iran's actions in the Strait of Hormuz. The question is what role Russia is playing in all of this, what Russia is doing or saying. Well, Russia and Iran responded by labeling Western accusations as hypocritical. They argue that the instability in the region is a result of US and Israeli aggression, as I said, absolutely, stating that Iran is exercising its right, quote, as a coastal state to protect its security. But obviously it's not sitting well with Donald Trump. Now I want to share with you some other videos here. Let's start off with this, but before I do that, if you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Have a listen at this one.
Fox News alert, it's decision time. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper has just briefed the president in the Situation Room about what could be the final blow. The U.S. military is preparing for a short and powerful wave of strikes. Targets include the enemy's remaining military assets, leadership, and infrastructure.
Iran is proving to be very stubborn. The talks seem like they are stalled. Are you getting antsy to break the ceasefire?
Well, I mean, I don't know what stubborn is because really nobody knows what the talks are except myself and a couple of other people. They want to make a deal badly.
In case the Iranians needed a little nudge, the Pentagon's contemplating bringing a brand new weapon to the battlefield. The mother of all hypersonics, the Dark Eagle. It can hit targets 2,000 miles away. The enemy's last ballistic missile launchers are in the crosshairs. B-1 bombers have been surging into the region, and they can be armed with up to 5,000 pounds of hypersonics.
Okay, so all of this language from Fox News where they're beating the drum of war is really not appealing to people. People don't want war. They want a ceasefire. They want all of this to stop so that they do not have to pay higher prices for the oil and gas. But Fox News, come on, for goodness sake. Like, take a look at this man. He is promoting war. He's asking for more war. We have this, we have that. Man, these things are not going to pan out for anybody well. It is actually creating more problem and making the situation much worse for everyone. So stop this kind of rhetoric. The Fox News really need to stop all of this nonsense.
Who's hell-bent on getting a nuclear weapon and get them to a point where they're at the table giving it up in a way that
so they
never have it.
So they haven't broken yet. Okay, we haven't gotten there yet for all of the...
Well, their nuclear facilities have been obliterated. Underground, they're buried, and we're watching them 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
reclaiming
might be.
My time for
we're
just
watching
a quick second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions, and they had a conventional shield of thousands.
Okay, so what kind of an idiot he is? What kind of a war secretary he is? He wants to go to war with a country because they have ambition for nuclear weapon? Well, it's like, you, I think, want to kill me, so let me kill you. Or you want to cause damage to my property, so let me strike you. You have that ambition, right? I can read your mind. Like, who can read mind these days? And you are taking all your men and women, a lot of them, to fight based on that ambition they have, that you are not even confirming with your intelligence, nothing. And you are deploying your military assets and they are coming under attack and you are losing like billions of dollars of military equipment, and just because you think they have an ambition. And oh my God, like, this guy is beyond pathetic. Pete Heck said. Let's take a listen.
Mr. Secretary, did you consider this risk?
Of course, this department has looked at all aspects of this risk. And
So then
because
why did you
this
send the
department looks,
minesweepers, the only minesweepers we had in the Gulf, to Singapore weeks before the war started?
we have lots of capabilities that you may or may not be aware of at the classified level.
Okay, and so,
to deal with
by the way, would
mines
the
that
Trump
we're-
class battleships have helped with this?
You're talking about a
Minesweeper.
prospective future battleship, which we welcome in the fleet.
Okay, so you're supportive of the battleships.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Secretary,
They have done a lot of other nonsense, stupid things. For example, they have managed to scare Iran to the point where they're now closing the Strait of Hormuz. It's not really United States blockade. It's Iran's own decision to stop any tankers and commercial vessels to pass through it. It was open before the war. So just like that, this is something else what happened with Singapore. Unbelievable. Like these people should be actually getting a mental checkup before anything else.
I brought this up last hour, Rebecca. The Institute for the Study of War said that Iran's security institutions expressed concern about potential protest calls and assessed that worsening economic conditions such as inflation, unemployment, and rising prices could trigger renewed unrest. I ask again to see if there's any information. What do we know about what's going on inside with the people of Iran?
Well, we know very little, but we remember in the beginning of Epic Fury that the Trump administration officials were very careful to essentially talk to the Iranian people to say that this war is not against you and wait. We don't want you to come out yet and protest, but there will be a time in which we will indicate. President Trump also said earlier on in the war that the United States had attempted to get weapons into some people who might be willing to use them against the regime. And we had to halt that because they were intercepted, didn't get to the Iranian people. But my question is, Dana, are we doing that now? Have we used this ceasefire essentially to do some, CIA operations inside Iran to make sure that the Iranian people are armed? Because they are going to be a great asset for the United States. It's going to be up to them to finally push over the regime. But the regime is very fearful, I think, of the Iranian people. And so that's something we got to keep watching.
Unbelievable bombshell, right? Donald Trump is using this ceasefire period to smuggle arms into Iran, give it to those people. They do not even know who these people are. Maybe those separatists, those Kurdish fighters, or maybe somebody, who is totally not happy with Iran, and that number is very, very low. But can you imagine what kind of a nonsense, stupid war tactic this is? When Iranian people will know that a foreign country is interfering in their affairs to this level, do you think they will like U.S. more than they liked them before? Obviously, they don't like U.S., but their popularity, United States popularity, will just tank immediately. If I know that my country is getting a lot of weaponries and there, some, goofy work is going on, and they want me to take up arms against my government, I will be mad. I don't want to destroy my country. I don't want to take up arms against my government. They're doing pretty well. Iranian people, their living standard is so good. They are not paying extra price at the gas station like the American people are paying. They are living a very good life, a very, very prosperous life. And now they're about to become very, very rich through the toll that they will collect from Strait of Hormuz. Their life, this is what Donald Trump did. He made Iran great again. They are going to be collecting a lot of money from these tolls, exporting a lot of oil to China, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So you think they will fight against their own government? For what? For what? Is it because Donald Trump wants them to fight? Is it because Mossad wants them to fight? Oh my God. Fox News reporters, they are so lunatics. They are so crazy. What they're saying, they don't even know, because they need to sell this war to make people understand or convince them that, hey, look, we are winning this war. We are trying. We're smart. We're giving them arms. Iranian will rise up. Just wait for a second, for another day, when the oil prices are going up and up by the hours. But guys, this is beyond my comprehension of journalism, how they do this. But again, I mean, they did mention something that a lot of people did not hear before. Subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.